Commander Zexathara's crystalline fingers traced the worn grip of her plasma rifle, feeling the subtle indentations that had become as familiar as her own heartbeat. The weapon hummed with barely contained energy, its sleek alien curves belying the brutal human engineering that made it the most feared firearm in 3 sectors. "Another human signature," she muttered, reading the micro-etching along the barrel's side. Every galactic standard weapon bore one, a seemingly insignificant mark that had become the ultimate seal of quality across the known universe. The Valdorian weapons inspector, a 6-armed creature named Clicked, chittered nervously as he examined the latest shipment of armaments destined for the Outer Rim conflicts. "I don't understand it, Commander. The humans have been spacefaring for barely 2 centuries. The Corventhi have perfected metallurgy for millennia. The Zephyrians have mastered energy manipulation for eons. Yet every weapon worth owning has human fingerprints all over it." Zexathara finished holstering her rifle. She walked to the observation deck overlooking the weapons testing facility, where a demonstration was about to begin. Below them, a pristine Corventhi plasma cannon, their latest model, crafted with 1,000-year-old techniques, sat alongside what appeared to be a crude human modification of the same design. The human version looked like someone had taken a sledgehammer to elegant alien engineering, adding bulky components, extra cooling vents, and what seemed like random mechanical additions. The Corventhi model can fire 200 rounds per minute with perfect accuracy at a range of 2.3 kilometers, Clicked read from his datapad. The human modification. The demonstration began. The Corventhi weapon performed flawlessly, each shot precise and measured until the inevitable happened, overheating after exactly 47 rounds, just as the specifications predicted. The weapon's elegant cooling system engaged, requiring a full minute of downtime. Then came the human-modified version. It roared to life with an aggressive growl that made nearby aliens step back instinctively. The weapon looked like it was tearing itself apart, components vibrating, excess energy bleeding off in intimidating displays of sparks and heat shimmer. But it kept firing, and firing, and firing. "Impossible," breathed Clicked. "The thermal dynamics don't support." The human weapon had fired over 800 rounds and showed no signs of stopping. More importantly, each shot was hitting its target with devastating effect. Where the Corventhi weapon left precise, clean holes, the human version was obliterating entire sections of the test barriers. Zexathara smiled grimly. "That's the thing about humans," Clicked. "They don't engineer weapons. They engineer solutions to the problem of things not being dead yet." A new voice joined them from behind. "Quite right, Commander." They turned to see Dr. Sarah Chen, the human weapons consultant who had been mysteriously assigned to their facility 3 months ago. Her appearance was unremarkable by human standards. Average height, dark hair tied back practically, wearing simple work clothes stained with grease and scorch marks. "Dr. Chen," Zexathara acknowledged. "I was just explaining to Inspector Clicked why human weapon signatures have become so prevalent." Sarah walked to the viewing window, watching as her modified cannon finally cycled down after firing nearly 200 rounds. "It's not really about the weapons themselves," she said casually. "It's about philosophy." Clicked's compound eyes swiveled to focus on her. "Philosophy?" "Every other species in the galaxy designs weapons based on what they think war should look like," Sarah explained. "Elegant duels, precise engagements, calculated exchanges of fire with appropriate cooling periods and ammunition management." She gestured to the smoking human weapon below. "Humans design weapons based on what war actually looks like. Chaos, panic, desperation, and the absolute need to keep shooting until everything trying to kill you stops moving." Zexathara had seen human combat footage. She understood. The Berserker principle. "More than that," Sarah continued. "Every other species builds weapons that work within parameters. Humans build weapons that work when all parameters have gone to hell, when your power supply is failing, when you're in a corrosive atmosphere, when you haven't had time to clean or maintain anything in 3 weeks." She pulled out her own sidearm, a weapon that had started life as a standard Zephyrian energy pistol but now looked like it had been rebuilt by a madman. This thing has been shot, stabbed, used as a hammer, dropped in acid, and once served as a cooking implement when I was stranded on Kepler Forum 42b. Still fires true. Clicked examined the weapon with his scanner. The energy efficiency is terrible. The weight distribution is all wrong. The aesthetic design is disturbing. But it works, Zexithara said quietly. When your life depends on it, when everything else has failed, it works. Sarah nodded. That's why every major weapons manufacturer in the galaxy has quietly hired human consultants. Not because we're better engineers. We're not. The Corventhi could build weapons that last 1,000 years, but they build them to last 1,000 years of peace, not 10 minutes of hell. The demonstration below had moved to stress testing. They watched as various weapons were subjected to extreme conditions, electromagnetic pulses, corrosive environments, physical trauma. One by one, the alien weapons failed their tests, each in predictable, engineered ways designed to prevent catastrophic breakdown. The human modifications, meanwhile, seemed to thrive on abuse. Where other weapons shut down safely, the human versions adapted, compensated, and kept functioning with increasingly creative solutions. You see, Sarah said, other species ask, what's the minimum this weapon needs to function? Humans ask, what's the maximum punishment this weapon can take and still kill what needs killing? Zexithara thought of every conflict she'd been in, every desperate moment where perfect engineering meant nothing compared to brutal reliability. That's why the signature matters. Exactly. When you see that little human mark on a weapon, you know it was designed by someone who understood that war isn't about elegant solutions. It's about ugly problems that need solving right now, with whatever you have on hand. Clicked was quiet, for a long moment, processing. So the human signature isn't just a mark of quality, it's a promise, Zexithara finished. A promise that when everything goes wrong, when you're outnumbered and outgunned and the universe is trying to kill, this weapon will not let you down. Sarah smiled, an expression that somehow managed to be both warm and terrifying. Welcome to human engineering, Inspector. We don't build the prettiest weapons in the galaxy. She looked out at the testing facility, where human-modified weapons continued their relentless demonstration of functional brutality. We just build the ones that win wars.